Season's greetings and happy birthday, Sagittarius and Sagittarius rising. Welcome to your RuneScope for December, so that you can just click that and go over there and see what we were talking about. But let's take a look here at what you're going to be dealing with in December, Sagittarius. The challenging energy for you is going to be around people giving you advice. And I think this came up for you last month, Sag. I mean, biased advice. Like people giving you advice from their own situation. Maybe not directly yours. Or, I mean, maybe this happened last month and you're maybe starting to see that someone was on point with your advice. Maybe things are starting to, for some of you, at first you were like, no, that doesn't apply to me. But now you're seeing that maybe it does. Maybe you took a step back and are now seeing, maybe some of these things are true. You know what? I think that things need to come to fruit in their own good time. And that's kind of what this is saying. Kind of wait for the harvest. You're lacking information that you need in order to make decisions about some things in your life, Sagittarius. So there's no need. December is definitely not the month to go full steam ahead on a relationship, a new project. You know, it's kind of a holding pattern in December. Things kind of just staying as they are, but using that time to take a step back and kind of decide where you want to go with everything in your life in 2014. So just take December as a reevaluation period regarding what you want to do and how you're going to change things up in the next year, because I think a lot of you are going to be thinking about that. You know, I've always handled these situations this way. Next year, I'm going to do them differently. I'm going to handle these situations in a different way so that I can maybe get different results. And that's a very positive way to think, Sagittarius, and to analyze things in your life. So I think December, again, is going to be a time for you to just kind of take a look, take stock, so to speak. Look at things. See how things unfold, see how things pan out. You are going to be very positive, though, for the most part in December about the future. Even though, you know, a lot of you have been through some serious obstacles and have been dealing with some serious obstacles in both your professional and your personal life, you are going to be able to find... I think this is going to come from spirit, just that your normal positivity, you're going to be able to get that back and to think in a more positive way about the future. Because for some of you, you may have nothing to lose. So you may be like, you know what? I have nothing to risk to lose. There's nothing left for them to kind of like strip away. So, it can only go up from here. Also, I feel like some of you you're poised at a new beginning. You're ready to start a new beginning with someone. Maybe there's someone new in your life, but you're kind of delaying that a little bit. Maybe you're just talking, just chatting. You're trying to kind of get to know this person. Maybe it's in the early stages. If you're single, it could be that you meet someone in December, Sagittarius. And again, though, you may be a little gun shy, considering that some of you have been through difficult relationship stuff, so you may be kind of holding back. There's nothing wrong with that. I think it's a wise course. But try not to think the worst of someone. If you meet someone new, don't automatically go to they're hiding something. Try not to do that. Just let things unfold. But a delay is beneficial. And Christmas is a good time for that, or the solstice, whatever you celebrate in December. That's a good time for that. Also, get out and celebrate your birthday, Sag. Get some friends together, go out and have a good time. I feel like some of you, somebody may be planning a party for some of you, or some sort of little gathering, and maybe you don't know about it. You may be suspicious because it's around your birthday. I don't think they'll do it on your birthday in the most cases, but if it's going to be a surprise. Some of you may know about it, and they're just like, we're going out for your birthday. But for those of you who's just a surprise, if you've got anybody that invited you out, I don't want to ruin the surprise, but, I think some of you have got some really cool friends who are planning something special for you. So that'll be nice, because I think Sagittarians and Capricorns sometimes get the short end of the deal there with your birthdays being right there around the holidays. You get forgotten, or just kind of, here's an extra gift at for you for your birthday, or maybe they get you a little bit bigger something, or maybe they don't even do that. So you kind of get the short end of the shaft on your birthdays there. So, but it looks like at least for some of you, this year will be different. Yay. What you can kind of count on as far as help, Sagittarius, in December, is that whatever you want to kind of keep to yourself will be kept to yourself. And there may be some things that can make the month smoother for you if you do keep them to yourselves. And you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about when I tell you this. Just around your family, and, you know, if you've got something going on that you know, oh man, they would really have a field day with this, then, you know, you'll keep that to yourself. And I think that's wise, because you just know maybe it will cause conflict. So, and you just kind of want to have a good time in December, do everything you can to kind of smooth things over, keep things as nice and familial as possible. So I think that's a wise decision, Sagittarius. Some of you may have a co-conspirator. I mean, there may be a male energy, a brother, or a friend, or someone else, your dad, even somebody else in your family who may know this secret or whatever it is you're trying to keep to yourself, but they'll also, make sure that it kind of stays under wraps for you. So if you've told one person, don't worry about it. They'll keep your secret, but do make sure that you tell them, I really would rather so-and-so not find out about this, or that kind of thing. So they will keep your secret for you. What you can kind of count on in December is, you're going to be with your family, of course. A lot of people will be spending time with their families. So definitely, and I feel like you want to, Sagittarius. A lot of you want to see your family, particularly your mother, or a female, an older female in your family, a grandmother, any kind of maternal energy is what this card symbolizes. So anyone who signifies that for you is somebody that you really are looking forward to seeing. There may be some sort of delay in actually doing this, though. So for some of you, this could show up as travel delays, or maybe the person that you want to see is not going to be at the holiday festivities because maybe it's somewhere else this year. But for most of you, I think it'll just be delays around this. There may be some arguments with some people in your family, but I feel like most of this will take place when you're not around for some reason. So it could be that, you go out at precisely the time that everybody's, or maybe they're discussing you while you're gone. But this secret you're keeping, maybe they're like, I know something's up with him, or I know something's up with her. What is it? There's something going on. So, but some of you may not be able to go home for the holidays. I mean, that could be how this works out. You really want to, but you just can't. You've got other things going on. You feel like you're needed more elsewhere, and that may be, that may keep you away, or keep you from going home over the holidays. That's a decision that you just kind of have to make on your own. By the end of the month, I feel like a lot of you who have been waiting on news regarding a job offer, or for waiting for money coming to you, you're going to get very good news. You're going to hear something before the end of December, which is unusual considering over the holidays, normally everything shuts down. So it's probably going to be actually within the first 3 weeks. If it's after the holidays, it may be that week between kind of Christmas and New Year's, because New Year's Day falls on a kind of wacky Wednesday. So then we'll have people back at work, some anyway, Thursday and Friday that week. Could be then that you hear back about a job offer, or something that you were waiting on and maybe thought wasn't going to materialize. Maybe you had just given up on this. Or maybe some of you are going to hear that you get a raise. And that's going to be a great way to end the year. But yeah, a lot of you have communication coming to you of something financial finally resolving. For some, this may go back to this, maybe this a legal situation that you may be waiting to hear back from. I can't remember if I said that earlier. This situation that's delayed could also be a legal situation, and you could hear news about that by the end of December. There could be a troublesome female around, and this could be within your family. But it could also just be a coworker or someone who is maybe interfering in some way, interfering in something that's none of her business. So, but I think you'll deal with this. I think that you'll be able to rectify this situation. You'll be able to talk to this person and kind of work things out if that's the case, and kind of go to get a new beginning out of this. There'll be a new start in some way, or maybe just a new understanding of this person. But I see you being very happy by the end of December, Sagittarius. And I do see some sort of group activity, a party. So you probably go out for New Year's Eve or you do something for New Year's. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I do see you traveling. Be careful. But yeah, you'll be out traveling for New Year's. So definitely if you're invited to a New Year's Eve party, go. Because it's going to be a good time. I see you kind of there with your honey, living it up, whooping it up. Your honey and some friends. Maybe you have a party at your house. Some of you. That may be what you're doing. And it'll be a very good time and you'll be happy. You'll just be really happy about this. So, because you'll have kind of everyone you love in one place. And that'll be nice for you. And everybody will get along. So if there are difficulties, if there are arguments around the holidays, just know that around New Year's or at the end of December, that's all going to kind of dissipate and turn into a very positive situation. Some of you, those of you who are single, you may meet someone while traveling at the end of the year. And maybe at home for the holidays if you are, this could be somebody in a group. So if you do go home and you're staying there through New Year's and you're invited to a New Year's party, go. Because, you could meet somebody who's very interesting that's connected to a group of people you already know. So either your family or a group of friends that you know really well. Or maybe somebody wants to set you up. And if they do, go with it, Sagittarius, because I don't think you'll be sorry. I think this is going to be, for most of you, not all. Unfortunately, not everyone's family has really good taste when they're trying to set someone up. But for the most of you, I think that you will have a very positive experience. And it could be the beginning of something pretty special. For a lot of you, this would be a long distance thing, but I don't think it would stay that way. So it seems like one of you would eventually move or wouldn't be opposed to moving if need be. But a lot of action for you in December, Sagittarius, as opposed to some of the other signs. I think for a lot of it, you will be taking stock and kind of reevaluating what you want to do next year, but then things are really going to start happening